ring the bell.
Facebook, we got one of those. David H., Melissa H., husband and wife trucking across America.
Oh, watch my shoes.
Watch your shoes. Just throw them at me.
I didn't throw them at you.
So,
throw them your way.
We're waiting on the load. We'll give it a minute, see if anyone pops in.
Shoes here.
I haven't been pumping out too many videos lately, but
because we've been working hard.
Jeez, yeah, I've been crazy. I don't know if I'll be on restriction for any reason from YouTube from the last couple videos I did, but we'll see. Okay, yes. Apparently not. What's up? What's up, Burner D? Huh? How you doing? RN, the usual suspect, is in the house. Ian, how you doing? We're having a that's trucking moment, and not a bad trucking moment, but a that's trucking moment, you know, just sitting around and waiting for a load. We dropped over here at Shaw in Georgia, and we're going to pick up at Shaw at another location in Georgia. And I just called, and the load's not ready. They just got it empty, and they just put it in the door. They said it's more than likely going to be ready at 10 o'clock, and we're not allowed to go in except an hour early. Our drop dead time is 10 o'clock, so we'll roll over there at 9. We're about, I don't know, how far are we from there? 10 miles? 20 miles? So we'll roll over there in a little bit. I figured while we got the time sitting here, we'll say howdy, howdy. Jeremy, we're waiting on a load to get the trailer loaded, you know. What's up, Lucas? What's up? Johnny on the flip side. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a minute. Jeremy is saying we're lazy.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, let's see how lazy we are. Jeremy, what are you doing right now? Sitting, doing a 34. Not only doing a 34, but doing a 34 when he doesn't need to do a 34. And he's doing it under a load when he could drop the load and then do a 34 because he wants to be lazy. But no, call me lazy.
Busted.
While I'm sitting in Watsonville, California, waiting to get loaded. Okay, I'm sorry you're in California. We're heading to Texas once we pick this up. I'm gonna go offload over there in Texas, over there at what is it, Connell, Texas again? We're going to Coppell. Burner says, I'm excited to be coming to Prime. I need the 100,000 mentioned in Friday's meeting in my life.
Huh?
Okay. Don't believe everything you see, remember. Brad's headed to Portland. Okay, that's another state that you're waiting because they know you want the vax.
What?
The vaccination.
Oh.
Yeah, we're right here at CVS. Melissa's gonna run in right now and get the shot, and I'm gonna go in and get the shot.
Yeah, right. My body, my choice.
Yeah, RN, you're right. You know, you got to remember when you're talking to recruiters and higher ups in companies, they're always going to give you max. Here's the thing, guys, and I can attest to this because I've talked to a lot of these recruiters at different companies that put out advertisement that you're going to make millions of dollars, and every time I broke them down to the truth, and it's never what they offer, because there's so many factors in trucking that can cause money issues. I mean, they don't tell you about the breakdowns. Boom, you lose money. You lose a few days that week's shot. They don't tell you about loads canceling. They don't tell you about waiting 4 or 5. You know, we waited 44 hours to get unloaded once. Yeah, you get detention pay and all that, but detention pay, breakdown pay, all those little things, that all those do is barely cover anything. They don't supplement, you know, it's not like you're getting what you would have got to run. But yeah, you can make good money. I haven't listened to that video yet, but was that the one where they were talking about teaming and all that nonsense? What's up, Johnny B? Gross 10K a week at Prime, is it good? If you're asking, can you do 10K a week gross? If you're teaming or training, you have a potential of doing that, but it's not going to be every week. You swapped out the Pete for a Freightliner. Right on. Went to the Freightliner life. Got out of that Peterbilt. So, David, you hear about Afghanistan, and if so, what's your opinion? Lucas, I just seen that crap today. We stopped at a little mom and pop place and was eating. I'm looking at TV. My eyeballs are woo 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 woo. What the hell's going on? So I did a little bit of research, and it seems to be that I guess we pulled a bunch of troops out, and now the Taliban just decided, the U.S. ain't here to fight us. Let's take it over. And so here's my take on it. Fuck you fucking assholes. Oops, I shouldn't have done that on the live.
You're in trouble.
Oh, damn it. I'm pissed off about it. I'll tell you right now, Lucas, my freaking nephew, his wife, they went over there and fought for that piece of shit country. And now they gave it back. So all the men and women who died over there, fought over there, was all for nothing. All for freaking nothing. I wish you wouldn't ask me that, Lucas. Now I'm pissed, dude. Oh, I'm mad. I am so pissed about that they took that over. Because I knew they would. I knew no matters what, if we don't level that freaking place and get rid of all of those assholes over there, that's it. That's it. They're going to just keep coming back. Every man and woman who died over there to get rid of those assholes a few years ago, it was for nothing. It was for nothing because they gave it back. Now, I'm not 100% sure what happened that caused it to come back, other than I've read a couple, because I, again, just found out about it, but I just read that it has to do, I believe, with us pulling troops out. Now, I don't believe that we need to leave troops in a country for the rest of everybody's lives, because we're not the world police. But if we weren't going to set it up to where they weren't going to lose that country, in other words, maybe we should have took it over with, all the UN should have maybe took that country over and made it beneficial for us to stay over there. Because, I mean, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to leave troops over in that hellhole?
Go at it like World War II.
We're supposed to leave troops over there like forever and get no benefit from it other than we spend money and rebuild the stuff for them? No, that ain't right either. But if they can't protect their own country, then I don't want to say the U.S. should take it over, because that's kind of goofy, but maybe the UN, the United Nations, need to come in there and say, you guys just can't keep this country safe. We're going to have to come in and do something about it and do it. Or my other opinion is just write that place off. You're not allowed out of that crap. Now, the innocent people, you guys can come, but how do you tell who's innocent? But let the freaking terrorist bastards just take it over. If they take it over, then what? Then what? Ain't nobody gonna buy nothing from them, gonna deal with them. They'll just starve to death and freaking fall apart. Damn, man. All right, I'm done with that topic, because, oh man, I will literally burst into flames just to think about the American men and women who died over there for that, and it's just bullshit. The 100K requires 6 months of training with no breakdowns.
100 what? Is there a new 100,000?
No, babe. We're talking about something totally different.
Oh.
All true, but they say I would need to be a trainer teaming. Exactly. Which not only you'd need to be a trainer teaming, but you'd have to have students that weren't quitting on you. You got to remember, probably about every other student or so that you get quits. It seems like, and I can't say that for sure. I don't know what the statistic actually is, but it seems like everybody I know, man, student that, they just disappeared, they quit, or they want to, go back to, they're done, yada, yada, yada. But it's possible, Burner. You just, it's don't go in there thinking you're guaranteed it, okay? And that's one of the problems I see on YouTube, is a lot of these guys are spouting. Here's what they do. You're going to make $1 million. Everything's going to be peachy. Butterflies are going to fly out your ass. Use me as a referral. No, man, it's going to be tough. Prime's a great country. You're not guaranteed anything.
Not a country.
Company. and use me as a referral. Oh man, that's funny. But let's see, and this customer pays no detention, been sitting here 8 hours, about to have them remove this load. See, that I'm leery of those loads that have no detention, because it makes me think if they don't pay any detention,
they take it forever.
Then yeah, how long are they going to sit you there? I'd be calling dispatch and say, hey, we have to come up with something. What's up, Sung? How you doing? Been great ever since. Right on. Wow, I jumped in the heat of this live. Yeah, Lucas got me freaking excited there, Twisted. Boy. Jeremy says, should have never gotten involved to begin with. America will never learn. I agree, man. Why in the hell do we need to go over there and deal with it? Let them freaking fight their own wars and deal with all that crap, man. I mean, now what are we going to do? Now we're going to send a crap load of troops over there, spend millions and billions of dollars on what? To take it over again? Do we even have anybody? I mean, do we have do we have a military anymore? I don't even know. Did Biden send them all home and tell them to collect unemployment?
Oh, Twisted Big D wants to know what I'm eating back there. Chili.
Oh, it smells good. I'm so pissed off.
Well, I had to take it with me.
Yeah, we stopped at what was it? What was his name?
Grady's truck stop.
Grady's truck stop off of what was it? I was sleeping when you got
16.
there. I-16 in Georgia, and they got a little hole in the wall restaurant in there. I had a Philly cheesesteak, which was pretty good, and fries. She had a grilled cheese and chili. She was gonna get the grilled cheese and soup, but with what, they were out of soup, or
no, they had the soup. It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't a soup she wanted, so they said, "Do you want chili? Do you want fry? What do you want?" She took the chili, and of course she eats like a freaking bird. So I don't know how, but she brought the chili, and is eating it now, and it smells so good. It's not fair.
Aw.
It's not fair.
Maybe you should have bought some.
Well, they got his freaking. Ooh, no, this pilot is disgusting in there. I wouldn't eat out of that place. It was
yeah,
last.
A lot of them are disgusting.
Oh man, it is gross in there. The Afghanistan arm laid down the arms. The Taliban now has the equipment, planes, tanks, ground. Yeah, they completely took over. Hey, Roland, how you doing, man? Lucas ain't happy about it either. Yep. We should have just nuked them in 2001. I'm not gonna agree with that. I would never agree with that. That's just, that's a little extreme. Knock on wood, I have not had one quit in a while. That's good. Oh yeah, Twisted is a trainer over there. You only do PSD though, huh, Twisted? And don't you just do pad training, or do you actually take them out? You're right, Dave. Nothing in life is guaranteed, but it's a goal of mine. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong, Burner. You'll do good there, and you'll like it. It's just I don't like when people come in with the premise of, just the way you said that. Oh yeah, I got to get me something. Yeah, you'll get some of it, but I don't know. I don't think I watched that video. I think somebody was mentioning it to me. I actually downloaded it so I can listen to it and hear what they say. I just hate when people promise stuff, or make it sound like it's a guarantee. Because in trucking is the most volatile, up and down. You better learn how to, you better get off living week to week, because you might have a crap paycheck this week, but it makes it up this week. But if you're living week to week, you're going to starve this week before it makes up this week. And never, when you get a couple good paychecks, just run out and, go crazy with them. Put some in the savings, build up a savings, because you're gonna have a time where you need it. Let's see, Johnny B, thank you for your service. Oh, I didn't see that. Was somebody? Yeah, thank you for your service. I didn't.
Is that the guy that got the shrapnel on the neck?
I didn't see that.
No.
And you know what? That must be another one of those things, because I went back and I don't see anything about somebody saying they're, Yeah, thank you. Any of you guys that were in the military, thank you, man. I appreciate it, because look at what you guys do, Whether you were directly involved or not, you're still part of it. And without you, they don't work.
Yeah,
That's
that's Johnny B Trucking. It's complete bullshit. I received shrapnel in my neck over there.
see, I don't have that over here.
I wonder why some.
I don't know. That
comments
is just the
come in.
weirdest thing. Knock on wood, I've not had them. Okay. Okay, let's see. I met JJ the Trucker Saturday in Albuquerque on the fuel island. Right on. Big D says he PSD only. I go over the road when I have to, but when they need me, here I stay. I do a ton of economy shred tire loads. Eco shred, what? Taking them from the terminal up the street to the other, where they shred them around the corner. But yeah, I think the statistics are worse over the road than, you know, the guys on the pad, where they're actually out there smelling each other's butts and going into truck stops and looking at, you know, how nasty things are. Because a lot of people ain't living like you got to live when you're on a truck constantly. It's a big life change, man. It's a way of life. It's a way of life, and it's a hard life. This ain't easy out here. I mean, look at the crap she's eating. It looks like someone threw up in a bowl.
Yeah, but you should want it.
I want it. Can I have it?
No.
Yeah. We could have turned that country into glass and made the world safer, even if we just used 20 or 30 megatons bombs. Roland, you're a whole different animal, man. A whole different animal. Whole different animal. Now, you guys don't realize Roland is he owns a few trucks, and he's heavy haul. He's heavy haul. You don't work no reefer job, dry van job. He's running heavy haul, and he's got a company. Bring them here to be shredded and made into money. Yeah, that was cool. They did a video on that. What's up, Troy? How you doing? Okay. Cool. But yeah, see, there you go. So he's heavy haul and oversized. That's a whole different animal than running reefer, van, or flatbed. You know, but yeah, I mean, you'll do fine at Prime. It's, you know, especially if you're going through the CDL school. I don't remember if you said you were coming to school or if you're just starting here. It's a good company to work for. You can make some good money here. Me and Melissa do great. We do really well, but we're a husband and wife team, so everything goes into one bank account. So even if we're having a slow week because maybe we're in the shop for a day or two, because all our money goes into the same place, it's awesome. So we always have, you know, a good income coming in. I'm a poor man, David. I sit at the welfare office at the first of the month, every month. That boy got to eat. Why sit at the welfare office? They'll deliver it to you through the mail out here. And then on top of it, Biden's crew will go ahead and send you a few $100 extra for your vote. Oh man. But yeah, no, you'll do good, man. I think you'll like Prime. I like Prime. I don't know. I mean, I like them enough to go ahead and purchase a truck from them, but you know, that don't mean, because I looked into it, and yeah, you can buy you can take if you do a lease purchase, you can take the truck out of there as long as you can pay for it. Show them that you can pay for it. So I thought, okay, I'm stuck here 3 more years. That's not bad, because I'm not planning on getting out of OTR, and I like Prime a lot. So what?
The Taliban is holding a press conference from the capital in Kabul. Is anyone going to ask their preferred pronouns and or gender identities?
Oh,
They just
man.
might from here, huh?
I've let's see, been out here 29 years. I have went from 15 trucks and trailers down to 5 now, and I'm happy with that, less stress. Oh yeah, definitely, man. It is stressful, but 15 trucks, 15 crybaby drivers that want to quit every other week. Yes, Dee says everyone needs to research the company they choose. And I would say when you research it, if you jump on YouTube and watch all the YouTube channels, don't take it 100% to heart. I know a lot of channels out there only really post great things and good things. And I know I haven't posted in a while. We've just been too busy. I've been too tired. We've both been sick, and it's just been a mess over here. But I know a lot of times I get blamed for being negative, and I always say, well, nope, I'm not being negative. This is real life that's happened. You know, it sucked that a load canceled. Man, I'm on YouTube. Will you make me eat while I'm watching this? Look at this. It looks like throw up.
It's good, throw up.
But that's some good chili.
I told you it was good chili.
But yeah, I would always post, oh my God, it's scary as hell out here. It's snowing, it's slippery. I sat here forever. I have a lot of negative things to talk about trucking. But it's not that I'm getting down on it. It's just what it is, Yeah. I've had so many shawl loads canceled where we wait half the day, and then all of a sudden get a thing. Well, they couldn't fill the trailer up. They didn't have enough product, so they canceled. Oh. Do I get paid for that? No.
Do we get mad? Yeah.
Do we get mad? Absolutely. And then especially when one happens right after the other. Now you can get paid for it if it exceeded your drop dead time. In other words, my drop dead time to pick up this load is 10 o'clock tonight. So if I go over there and 10 rolls around, 11 rolls around, midnight rolls around, and then they say load canceled, I will get paid for truck not used. But right now, if they canceled it, no pay. I just dropped a load, so that wouldn't be that big of a deal. Because we weren't waiting around all day. But let's say I pick this load up tomorrow and the drop dead time is at 10 o'clock at night. So I sit here all the rest of the day, sleep overnight, wait all day, roll in there at 9, and they say, oh, load canceled. I don't get paid nothing for that unless your fleet manager feels like throwing you a couple of ducats. But so that can really irritate you and piss you off. And then these damn trucks need service all the time, which means you got to make less money because you got to stop and get it serviced. I have 6,000 miles before I got to get a PM on this thing, and I sure don't want to go through Prime, so I'm gonna probably stop at a TA. Which sucks because it's probably going to be $100 more. You have to do PSD and TNT. Okay, plus I have family at Prime driving reefers, so my goal is not to. Okay, cool. So you already know what it's like over here at Prime because of your family. Right on. You should do fine, man. Twisted D says you really have to be careful whose channel you are watching. Once you get here, that person might have been fake. There are so great real channels out there. Yes, I have found so many fake channels and BS on these channels. Some of the channels are gone. Some of the channels are still around. Some of the channels are really popular, and the crap that spews out of their mouths are just ridiculous. I had to eat that before it went completely cold. The one thing I can guarantee you on my channel. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to give you BS. I'm not going to blow things out of proportion to make them sound much better than they are. I can also guarantee you that I'm not a trucker. I'm not a trucker trying to be a YouTuber. I'm a truck driver, and I play around on YouTube because I really like chatting with you guys. If somebody has something they need to know, and I know it, I'll give them the information. I've had people call me, because they want some information. I have no problem. I like helping people. I trained for a little bit here at Prime, but the missus decided she wanted to move on to the truck and then drive, so you can't train with 3 people on the truck. Twisted D says, I even had students that had a guy on YouTube that told them he would train them up until they got here, then they ghosted them. Yeah, a lot of these guys, hey man, give me a referral and you'll be able to get on my truck. Yeah, that don't work that way. You think the guy's gonna just, 50 people, give him referrals, how's he gonna train all 50 of you at once? Kingsley says, tomorrow will be my first time arriving at Prime. Woozers. Woozers? What? Right on. Welcome to Prime. That's all I gotta say. Enjoy that building over there. It's nice. Let's see. Jeremy says, David, in a grown-up world, that's how it is. Quit being so difficult. Jeremy, I want to tell that story, but I don't know if you'd be cool with that.
Yeah, maybe not.
Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing? Chris? Oh, is that my baby? I hear my baby in the background. The other day you were working, and dude, when you're working and I'm probably driving, man, you just gotta go. I forgot, man. How pissed I was. Daylight was coming out, and I'm like, my eyeballs are going ding, 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 and I was like, oh man, I forgot so much. Damn. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone has to start somewhere. Keep your nose clean and move up and be able to go to an elite fleet and make good money. There you go. Exactly. I stay at Prime, and I don't see myself leaving in the near future, just because I weigh all of the cool stuff we have here at Prime. And for me to go over there and make $100 more a week, $150 a week, but don't have this or that or the other. We were at this muddy ass JBS or Cargill, one of them, smelly, blood in the dirt. It was raining. It was putrid. What did we see when we're pulling back in the mud? There's this driver. I can't remember what company it is. I won't say company. But he's out there and he's got his airline plugged into his connector on his trailer, on his truck. And he's airing up the trailer tires in the mud. His hose is all in the mud and puke and blood and smell and stink and everything else. Once he's done airing it up, now he's going to have to roll it up. His hand, it's going to be nasty. It's going to go into a side box. Nasty as hell, because what are you going to hold it in the rain for an hour? Now, you're saying, well, why don't you have to do that at Prime? Prime and a lot of other companies, we have auto air on our trailers. It keeps them at a certain PSI. I've even picked up trailers that had a flat tire and it looks like it's pulled off the rim and popped it, and boom, it pumps it up, good to go. So something as dumb as that means something to me. Kingsley says, I had my mind made up to become a company driver, taking the safe side, and just yesterday it hit me that lease is way to go. It just makes more sense. Light bulb came on in my head. That is if you already know trucking. If you get out here, 9 times out of 10, if you get out here and you don't know anything about trucking, you're gonna hurt for a while. Some guys have no problem with it, but I know guys, they just hurt because they don't know the lanes, they don't know the smart way to do it, and they get themselves in a hole and they can't dig out of the hole, and then life happens. They go deeper in the hole. because they didn't start out right, So lease is great if you can follow certain things. I mean, it's too easy to get in trouble in lease. You're not going to get in trouble in company. So if this is your first time coming trucking, I would highly suggest going company first for as long as you want, 3 months, 6 months, a year, until you think, hey, you know what? I know how to run this truck. Because figuring out how to run your truck when you're leasing can get expensive. It doesn't cost you anything to go from company to lease. It does cost you a little to go from lease to company, or it can cost you a little. So, yeah. Chris says, hit the thumbs up, people. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I would really appreciate some thumbs up there. It never hurts. Johnny says, whatever happened to the Prime YouTube kitty the truck? No idea. You got to remember, people come and go in trucking, and their YouTube comes and goes. Over the last year, I thought about stopping YouTube about 50 times. Especially because we started teaming, and it just gets so hard, but I like it too much. YouTube is not a goal of mine. It's not a goal to become I live off YouTube now, or some YouTube celebrity or something like that. So it's like, well, you know what? I don't care if I have a bazillion followers. Hell, if I had 3 people watching I can chit chat to would be fine with me. I've met a lot of cool people, off of here. So yeah, I'm good with it. So I stick it out. I do have a bunch of videos I got to edit and throw out there. Maybe I'll do it next time I go home. I actually pulled my laptop out this morning and was going to do it, and I just got tired and went to bed. Okay. Kelly says, the biggest joke Prime has as a YouTube guy is bleepity bleep. He has no clue about this business. He's all about getting paid for referral. What? I hear his name why am I not saying his name? Busy Blake. I hear his name pop up all the time. I've never seen his channel. I've never seen a lot of guys' channels because it just annoys me. And you guys know when I get annoyed, my head turns red, my blood pressure goes up,
and his head spins,
and I start to shiver. So I just try not to get annoyed. Usually a lot of what I hear about other YouTubers is from friends of mine. You guys want to watch some cool shit on YouTube? Look up Whistling Diesel. He's either gonna make you laugh, or you're gonna want to hate him, because this guy destroys some stuff, man. He took a freaking Hellcat, destroyed it. A bunch of he took a square body Chevy, put about 50 trees on it to dry, and drove it around until the truck just fell apart. It is the funniest crap. The comment sections are great because a lot of people get so mad. He destroyed a 1947 airplane. And I mean, people literally want to have him arrested for the crap he does. I mean, I find that kind of crap entertaining, reading the comment sections almost more than watching the videos. But Whistling Diesel, man, that dude is hilarious. Bernard D says, hit the like button. Right on. I love when people say hit that like button. Let's see. Better late than never. Hi, David. What's up, Mr. Logic? There's our resident ex-Prime driver, gone owner-operator. How you doing, Logic? I'm probably so far behind, you've probably done split already. Always fun to chat with David when working the overnight. Yes. Yeah, man, when you work that overnight, remember, hit me up. If I'm sleeping, it's turned off. RN wants to know where that follow-up Prime video is. Sitting on my GoPro in Atlanta. Good answer. Stuck in Florida at the moment due to an agent mess up. Ugh. See, that's trucking. That's trucking. Happens all the time. Cliff says, I sent you a screenshot of my last deposit. Right on. I think I've seen that. That was the last time we talked, right? Hey, babe, keep an eye on the time. Don't get us. We get a service failure because we freaking.
It's 8:30.
Okay. Yeah, about 8:45, 9. Well, we'll go at 9 because it ain't gonna be ready. Let's see. I'm always thinking about if you're sleeping, etc. So I don't like to. Yeah, it's off or it's on do not disturb. And if it's on by accident, I just don't answer it and I put it on do not disturb.
Sometimes if we're sleeping at the same time and I hear it go off, like ding ding whatever,
she'll shut it off.
Disturb.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that just.
What's up, Joshua? How you doing, man? Bernard D's an hour and a half south of you, man. Kingsley says, when you say get in a hole, meaning because people like going home, or question, I have about 4,000 in my account, still suggest company. Let me see what you're saying there real quick. When you say get in a hole, meaning, oh, get in a hole, okay. Yeah, no, getting in a hole, because, okay, scenario. You come to Prime, you go lease, okay? They defer a week's payment. That doesn't mean they're not charging you for it. That means they're splitting it up over 8 months or 12 months, whatever it is, X amount of dollars per week they're going to take out. So that first week is so you can run and get some money, bank a little money, okay? So, and make sure you have an e-fund, put some money in your e-fund. I put 5% in, it seems to do well. I suggest not going home until you've got an e-fund built up that you can go home and not go in the hole, because when you go home, you're not getting paid and you're paying for your truck and everything. So that e-fund you need to keep you out of that hole. Now, things can happen. Let's say you run that week, you go home that first week because, hey, it's a free payment. Let me go stop by the house, show everybody my rig, you know. I want everybody to see it. Now you run, you make a few dollars because you didn't run the whole week. And then, hey, Billy Bob next door breaks his foot. You need to come home and give him a Band-Aid. So now you didn't run that day. You know, so you lost a little money there. Truck breaks down the next week, so you're down a couple days there. So now you got 3 weeks of not making really good money, and you went in the hole that 1 week. So these things happen. So when I say not to go in the hole, have money not to go in the hole, don't live. If you're living day by day, try not to do that. Try to figure out what you need to do. I mean, week by week. Try to figure out what you need to do. You need to pay off this credit card. You need to do that. Work on it. But your biggest thing, I think, is you need to get out there and run hard before you go home and get some e-fund going. A lot of people go home and they go, well, I'm going home. I don't have an e-fund. I'm going to go $1,500 in the hole, but I'll get out of it. Yeah, in a week or two later. Now, who wants to work for free? That just is a mental issue, man. But let's see, I lost track of where I was. Get in a hole, meaning because people like going home. Yeah, people like to go home too soon without money built up, or they'll go home with money built up and then have a break. Like me, I went home for a week, which is normal. It was planned, got the money. I came back. Well, I actually left my truck at the terminal, rented a car, and drove to, you know, went home instead of taking the truck there because it needed work and it needed to be in a specific place. Then when I came back, they didn't do the work right, which is very common in trucking, and it took 3 extra days for them to make the damn truck right. So, you know, I didn't make any damn money all that time. Didn't get paid any breakdown pay because when it went in, I was on home time. And when I came back, you know, I asked for it and they were going to look into it. And, you know, that never became of anything. And I kind of know why, because, well, no, the truck was done. You picked it up and then yeah, it was done. But when I drove it off, it freaking broke still. So I don't know. There's some fights, there's some battles that I just don't even bother with. Although, you know, that is a battle I'm going to call. I'm going to send Breakdown a message and say, hey, whatever happened to da-da-da-da, because, yeah, I need to get some money for that. So that is an unforeseen thing that can really put you in a bind. But if you have e-fund saved up, that can get you out of it. Now, having money in your savings account's great, but do you really want to spend your savings account money to dig you out of a hole at work? No, you want to have that e-fund. So when you come and you do it, you want to stay out there and get it built up. Now, having no experience in trucking, what I mean by that is, now if you get out here and you're not running your clock good, so you're having to do 34s or you're having to repower, as a lease operator, getting repowered is horrible. So, you're not running your clock right and all that stuff, that can hurt you, especially in lease. So if your company, you learn how to do all that, run your truck, run your clock, when to do this, when to do that, and get all that straight, and then you go into a lease, and now you're all golden. If I was going lease right out of the hole, I was standing right there in the lease line, and I was leery about it because my trainer didn't teach me dick. The guy just was worthless. Didn't know anything about lease. I didn't watch any, I didn't believe anything going on YouTube, because you watch this guy and you'll make $850,000 a day leasing. This guy saying, well, I don't know, man. I went home and yeah, it kind of sucked because I was in a hole. And it's like, what? So I decided while I was in line going lease, I walked over to the company line, and I'm so glad I did, because my first 3, 4, 5 months were wicked learning experience, because I didn't know anything after getting off my trainer's truck. Didn't know anything. So that's what I mean by that, that going company. Now, not everybody's going to get a trainer that don't teach them dick, so they might do better when they get off the trainer's truck. Having a business sense is good, which I owned a business for 18 years before I went trucking, so I had that, and that's probably why I decided not to do it, is because I started running numbers going, since I don't know how to do all this, and da-da-da-da, plus solo lease didn't seem to make a whole lot more money than solo company when you take into account your benefits, your medical benefits and whatnots. So it took me a year before I said, nah, okay, that extra couple $100 will be worth it, because you can make a lot more, but you can lose a lot more. So that's why I say that. Okay, King said no plans on going home. I'm gonna run. Well, yeah, I was talking to son. I said the same thing. Oh man, I'm gonna be out there for 3 months, 6. Nope, home the first week. Then a couple weeks, home again. It's like, and they told me the same thing. I'm gonna do this, gonna do that, and life gets in the way sometimes. So yeah, that's good. And again, as long as you think you can run that clock and all that good stuff, get yourself a good support group. If you don't, that way you can ask questions on the fly when you do run into some issues and get them worked out. See, I didn't have that. I couldn't call my trainer. We didn't leave on the best of terms. So I had nobody to call. Nobody when I started. To where I know a few people have actually, I know they they have their trainers they can call. They've called me, I've met them at the terminal, and we've just swapped phone numbers and things like that, and it helps. Johnny says, I'm subscribed to 40 Prime YouTubers. Why is it that Prime has so many YouTubers? I looked one time, and you don't see 800 Swift YouTubers or Schneider YouTubers or anything like that. It's all Prime. They're all out of Prime. It's like Prime promotes YouTube or something. Kelly says Whistling Diesel is a nutcase. He is a nutcase, but he's an entertaining nutcase. What's up, Lugnut? You're gaming, right on. I'm actually taking my game out of the truck and taking it home. Once we started teaming, I don't play it anymore. But last time I was home, I was really jonesing to play it. Right on, Kingsley. Friend of none. Is there layover detention pay for lease just like company? Yes, there's layover detention, breakdown. what other things are there? I can't think. Yeah, you get everything. You don't get fuel bonuses, obviously, because you're paying for your own fuel. Now, if you do a lease purchase, I believe all of that goes away. I'm not 100% sure, but at least the breakdown pay, I believe, goes away. Someone was telling me. RN says, honestly, that's the one thing that makes me glad I left Prime. Their freight sure does pay way less than other contract freight. People shouldn't have to go in the hole for taking a week off. Tell me one place, RN, that you can take a week off and make money. Tell me one place. One place you can take a week off and make money as a lease operator. Okay, don't give me this, well, I'm company and I get a week's paid vacation. Tell me. I'm waiting. I guess I have to scroll to see your answer. My trainer didn't teach jack cheese. Yeah, that's a big problem with trainers. Landstar. Okay, so you can go to Landstar and they pay you for taking a week off. Johnson Logic, they pay you to take a week off. Schneider pays you to take a week off, so you get paid. You get paid to not work. If this is what you're telling me, Landstar and Schneider. Is this correct? I mean, the inquiring minds want to know because we all want to go somewhere where we're going to get paid to take time off. Let's see. Yeah, I heard good things about Landstar too. Okay, but I'm still waiting to hear that they pay you to take a week off. Because I don't know any company that pays you to take a week off. Okay, let's see. Stop activity like a liberal. Know the freight pays enough to cover expenses. Oh well, I could cover expenses. I can cover expenses with my week before. But why would I want to do that? Why am I acting like a liberal?
Who asked that?
RN. See, well, because he touches on things that I get excited about, because someone looking on YouTube, they'll focus on, hey, if I go to Landstar, they pay me to take time off, because I asked, what company pays you to take a week off? And he said Landstar and Schneider. No, that they don't pay you to take a week off. So he said, stop acting like a liberal. No, the freight pays enough to cover expenses. Well, my freight, I get paid well enough to cover my next week's expenses. But you know what? Remember I said if you're living week to week, you need that money from the week before to cover the expenses for the week before. So this week that you didn't work and you paid, you still have to pay your truck payment and everything, you go into the hole. You're not listening to what I'm saying. If you have an e-fund, you can use that e-fund, which is money that you made, to keep you out of the hole. If you don't, and you don't live week to week, then sure, you can take the money you made the week before and cover your expenses for that week. So now you have 2 low week earnings. Or you can keep this money over here for that week, take your e-fund and make your payments and give yourself, make your fixed costs and give yourself a paycheck. That's all. I mean, so your statement is not that they pay you, it's just you make enough money. Well, you do the same thing over here at Prime. Are you going to make more at Landstar? I don't know. I don't know the company to be, to answer that. I mean, I'm sure you probably will, because isn't Landstar owner operator, or can you lease onto them and lease their trucks and everything? Okay, see what Johnson's logic said. No, I make enough money to set aside to take home time, same as Prime. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. See, the thing is RN is. Let me see how he worded it. Let me see. Call me a liberal. What's wrong with you, boy? Honestly, that's the one thing I make makes me glad I left Prime. Their freight sure does pay way less than other contract freight. People shouldn't have to go in the hole for taking a week off. Yeah, okay, so people shouldn't have to go in the hole for taking a week off, and that's where I just explained, so on and so forth. It's not Prime, it's not the freight. I don't know what. We can get into the apples and apples of Landstar versus other things, because if we break it down, it's not going to be the end all be all. You're going to get rich, or Schneider. It's going to be close, but a lot of people at Landstar own their own trucks, or they got themselves an old ass truck that they're leasing for $8 a month. And it's when you do apples to apples, things are generally close to the same. Not going to say they are the same, but are going to be close. Now, again, you know, you just got to save for it. You know, you got to listen to what I'm saying, RN. I was saying people who are living week to week, or paycheck to paycheck, you know, are going to have problems unless they put money aside. David's sitting on a pretty penny at Prime. He's A-okay. What's his guilty's right-hand man, Chester? What? Okay, which one of you guys? Is that Cliff? Who did it? Okay, they're owner-operator only. So that's 100% different animal altogether. You can't even compare, you know, you can't even compare that to like a Prime company or to Schneider. They're an owner-operator company, meaning you own your own truck, and you got your own full owner-operator means you got your own DOT numbers and all that good stuff. Or you leased onto them using their DOT, but you own your own truck. Same system I use financially at Prime is the same thing I run my business here. Only difference is how money comes out of my account and the name on the side. Right on. Stop being a Prime hater. Your issue is the freight pays crappy. I don't know anywhere to compare it to, so I can't tell you that whether it's paying good or not compared to other places. Now let's not get twisted, RN. You can't compare what freight pays. Hey, and if you want to make 90% of the load over at Prime, just become an owner-operator. You know, you can run the logistics side, do 75, 90% of the load and all that good stuff. But you can't, you know, when you're going to do apples to apples, let's not try to compare the freight rate of an owner-operator only company versus a contracted mega carrier, or a Schneider, which is basically mega carrier also. Of course, if you're owner-operator, you're going to make more money because you're paying more. You're paying more of the, you know, you're running your own DOT and everything. He doesn't hate Prime, he's just hesitant at their system. Yeah. Okay, Johnson, you've been at Landstar a little while. Would you say that it's, oh my God, I'm making so much more money that, you know, I'm so glad I left, when you consider everything, the way things get repaired, the way you feel, the things you have? Or is it, no, it's good money, but, you know, I you know, wouldn't have killed myself to do it, or I'm not going to recommend everybody come flying over here? Yes, hands down. Okay, that's good. So he says that it's way more money. It's way more money, and you basically got the same, your same features. They give you the same amenities. All right, well, hell, that's good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind. I watch videos here and there. I don't really watch trucking videos. I really don't. The most things, I'll stop and watch Johnson's Logic video. I'll catch it and listen to it for a minute. But I don't really watch trucking videos. I don't watch much YouTube at all. I'm just so... I used to watch a lot of them, and everything that would come flying out of people's mouths were such nonsense that it just got overwhelming, and I was always just like, I don't like sitting there leaving comments and crap. But the videos I've watched of Johnson Logic, I liked. I thought they were really good, and I was planning on keeping watching, seeing how he's doing at Landstar, but I just don't watch videos. I really don't. The most time I get information is from friends of mine. I'm usually driving or sleeping, and I don't watch videos while I drive. I just don't find that to be very safe. And whatnot. But that's good. That's good. I know a few people that are working at Landstar, and it didn't sound like it was the end-all be-all, when they were telling me, but you've got different drivers. That's the other thing that you need to take in consideration is you got different drivers. You got hustlers and you got the lazies. You got drivers that just going to do the bare minimum to get by. The bare minimum to get by. So Johnson Logic there, do you run under their DOT, or do you have your own DOT and insurance? And don't say go watch my videos, because that's what I do. Go watch my videos and you'll know. It's the different side of the same pie. You have people who crave the recipe and some who just like to... Damn it, why you gotta be cryptic? It's a different side of the same pie. You have people who crave the recipe and some who just like, oh, okay, I see. But yeah, do you run under your own DOT and have your own insurance? I'm just curious, because if I ever thought about moving over there. I've got I run there. Oh, okay, so you run their authority and your own insurance. Okay, so you don't have to have your own authority. That saves you some money. Is having your own insurance expensive? I hear that's kind of an expensive venture. Because I was actually thinking of possibly running on the logistics side of Prime. Although Melissa's like, no, don't move the speed up.
Yeah, no, don't.
I have an open door policy. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Right on. It's getting packed in here, man. They're starting to come in like rats.
Oh yeah.
What time is it?
It is 8:48.
Okay, cool. Right on, man. I'm glad you're doing good over there. I'm gonna have to actually go check out your videos and see what's up and going on over there. I wonder how people do teaming over there, because I remember, who was it? It was trucking with Selena, I think it was. I was watching some of their videos when they went over there, and I didn't think they were doing all that great. But I only watched a couple of videos. But they also didn't do good at Travel Loco, because they really didn't have team freight. That's a problem at some places as you go, is they don't really have the team freight like you'd think. And if you start pulling solo runs team, you're going to get there too early and sit around unless you can drop them up. Personally, I pay $432 a month for $2 million plus cargo insurance and $57 a week for bobtail. Okay, so that's 57 a week times 352. Okay, so it's the is it the authority that costs so much money? Because I know something costs a lot of money for when you go on your own. Because 432, so you got 4. It's 214.28. So 4, 5, 6, just under $700 a month. For a $2 million plug, dollar cargo insurance. 57 for bobtail. Okay. As long as you're making money in the industry, if it's a contract or spot market or even just a regular company driver and you're happy, that's all that matters. Yeah, that is true. But everyone wants to better themselves. Now, here's one thing you got to watch out for. Remember when COVID hit and things went wonky? A lot of spot market guys were crying the blues. Out of nowhere, I started getting all these recommendations on YouTube, and these guys were, what the hell, 85 cents a mile, 75 cents, because everything went to crap. But that was the one time being in a contract, contracted freight, it worked out because we stayed the same. Right on, Roger. All your info's in their insurance. Okay. Getting an insurance policy on a brand new authority number is brutal for most. Okay, so yours isn't that bad because you're running off of their authority. I see. Your own place can be expensive. Oh. Your insurance under your own authority, you'd probably looking anywhere from $15K to $25K to cover both of you, but that will vary based on your state and your equipment. Okay, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, see, that's a lot of money to go do all that. Especially, like I said, I'm with how easy, and Logic, you gotta agree with this, man, how easy Prime makes it for you to lease over here as far as running a company and your books and all that stuff. They make it super easy, the way they do it, that if you fail, it's just because you unfortunately ran wrong or had some really bad luck or whatnot, to where when I came out here, I didn't want to go. When I first started thinking about trucking, I didn't want to go lease. I didn't want to have nothing to do with running a company because I did it for so long. I was sick of it. I wanted to just be a company man, get my workers' comp, my health insurance, and just get paid. I just wanted to be a number. I don't want to have to deal with nothing. But when I started seeing, it's too easy. They hold your hand with everything. Now a lot of people, well, I don't want that. Well, you know what? Then go somewhere else. But they've got the accountant right in the building that you can use, and if you use them, anything you do that goes on your statement, they get, and they automatically. You don't have to sit and send in fuel receipts and all that nonsense. It's just, it's beautiful the way they make it. They make it too easy to where people who generally shouldn't lease will lease because they make it so easy. Yeah. How can you really run wrong when ever load is dispatched? Sure, you can turn loads down, but you can pick your own lanes. Well, you can run wrong. Simply, there's some guys that will only run if it pays over this much money, okay? Which is fine. Let's say they get a load, it's $3,000. They're like, yep, that's the best load, I'm taking it. It takes them to Miami. There's crap coming out of there, unless it's flower season in your team truck. Crap coming out of there. Let's say now they're gonna have to deadhead you all the way up to orange juice, which pays pretty crappy, and the guy's, nope, not moving the truck for that orange juice load, I'm staying right here. So now he sits there for a day, maybe two, realizes, nope, now I got to take that crappy paying load to get me out of there. And now that crappy paying load, because you sat for a day or two, turned in from crap to real crap, okay? Because out of certain places, loads don't pay very well. Northeast, coming out of the Northeast, well, we've gotten some pretty good loads. We actually got some pretty good loads out of Florida too, but for the most part, and so they can shoot themselves in the foot that way. They think, ooh, this big paying load, I'm going to take it in there. Now I'm going to get a big paying load coming out. And no, you need to get something quick, easy, as short as possible, get out of there. Or you might have to deadhead out of there. Which not that big of a deal as long as, you're okay. But more so running bad. So that can shoot you in the foot, ruin that week because you put your foot down. And if I'm not making $2 a mile, $3 a mile, I'm not moving this truck. But more so, hey, I want to do a 34 when you don't need one, and it ruins, it messes your week up. Because you got to watch out. Sometimes you'll run a couple loads to pay for everything, and then these loads are your profit, let's say. Well, if you run these loads to pay everything, and then you get lazy and I'm not going to take that load because, maybe I'll do, let's do a 34, and now instead of running the 2-3 loads you could have ran, or the big long load, now you sat, so now the load you're going to get that's going to be payroll isn't very many miles, so it ain't very much money, or it is a bunch of miles, but it's going to take you into next week's pay, so it screws up this week. You just got to know. For instance, here's a good thing. When I was done in, where the hell did we come from, babe?
When? Today?
Yeah. Where were we? We were in Georgia? Where did we pick up this last load?
Georgia.
No, before this. Where did we drop? The hell
Florida.
were we? Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Florida.
So we dropped a really good paying load in Florida, and I went on the load board, and there was an excellent, oh my God, it paid good. It was a payroll load. Yada, yada, yada. The only problem is it was tight. And we just came off a FedEx load that was really super tight. I mean, bad to where you couldn't even stop and piss. Because she ran into like 4 hours of traffic.
Oh my God.
So,
Six.
so I had to just run
hours.
my clock right there. Now, I warned dispatch. So they knew we were going to be close. So if I could have stopped and done all that, because they told me, hey, if you're going to be more than an hour late, let us know. So don't oh, you can't stop. I could have. It just would have made. I don't like to. No. If I can make a load there, I'll make a load there. So anyways, getting back to the point. So it had a really good load coming out of Florida. Too tight. I didn't want to run a tight load like we did. I wanted to relax. So there was nothing else on the board. I sent a message to my fleet manager. Hey, there was nothing here, or that load was too tight. So can you get me a load? I need to make. And I told him what I wanted. I need to make at least $2,000 before payroll, and it needs to be a payroll load. So he hooked me up. He got me, he got me a shorty load to get me to a better load. I'm making over $2,000. It's going to hit for payroll. This load delivers tomorrow. So, it's all good. That's what I meant by that. Now, I could have not did that and just ran into the next week. I still would have made great money this week, but I'm being greedy. I want to try to keep each week over a certain amount. So I'm being greedy, so I wanted a payroll load. That's what I meant by that. Mostly screwing up your run by taking time off, or, it could be braked. It could be anything, But anyways, guys, I got to go because I got to get her moving. Oh, no, I got to drive.
Yeah.
I got to start driving, so there it is. Like, comment, subscribe.
And ring the bell.
And hope I didn't burn anybody's butthole with this live. Talk to you later. Liberal.